Yo, what is up, everybody? Gang's all here. How you guys doing tonight? You never. I know. I know. That this is about as punctual as I've ever been, Zakova. Just for you. Also, I never established the time I was gonna go live, so technically I couldn't be late because all I said was I was streaming tonight, and all night tonight. Never said when. So if we want to sit here and debate semantics, technically. Sorry, I just had to clean up my desk. I haven't cleaned in a while. It's kind of a mess. But how are all you guys doing? Oh, don't worry, Zeko. I saw some of the theories. J2S, what's up, bro? Yeah, I've been a little bit more inconsistent recently. I took most of August off, and then September's just been a little bit busier. Work, other cool things going on. I've been trying to do Tuesday night streams again at the very least. Even I think this past Tuesday went live for about an hour and a half, maybe almost 2 hours. It was fun. It was a good one. So, Zacho, I ate dinner, watched some TV, just hung out with Miss Crispy before she had to get ready to go to work. So. Yeah, those are the only 4 episodes that are going to come out. I've seen up to halfway through episode 3. I started watching it at work the other day. I haven't finished it yet. I like what I've seen so far. I'm excited for the rest. I'll probably finish it tonight after I get off stream. I only got an episode and a half left. They're pretty short, so. Batman, yeah. They opened the portal and Batman came out, and Tobey Maguire and Morbius came out and said Morbin time and then got eaten by a zombie. Yeah, episode 2 was crazy. Fred, I forgot to take a picture, but I was going through my collection today because I'm getting ready to sell a bunch of stuff, thin out the herd, and I got all my Predator figures. They're usually at the bottom of my container. I haven't taken a picture yet for you, but I had them out today, so I'll have to try to grab a picture for you. I know you were asking for one the other day when I was talking about the Predators that I do own. J Twist, yeah, I remember you always keep me up to date on your Nightwing customs on the comments too. I always look forward to it, and you're always really nice to me in the comments too, so that's cool. I like that too. You watch all the videos, comment, say nice things, and keep me up to date on your Nightwing custom. So it's just a win-win all around for everybody, for all parties involved. But how's Nightwing going? I remember last you mentioned I think the figure itself you said broke, right, or something on the figure broke, and so you had to pivot and kind of approach it a different way now. So how's that been? Have you touched it all since? His arm broke. Oh yeah. Pred, no, I'll probably Pred, I'll probably keep him. I have one that I might get rid of. It's just like one I've like taken parts off of, and so he's kind of a shell. Oh, it's the shaman one that comes with the little like. I've used some different parts off of him, and he had a broken ankle, so I like used a part from another predator to fix his ankle, and it looks okay. But I might get rid of him, but the rest I'll keep. No, this isn't a commission. This is just something I've been working on for my own collection. His arm broke. How did it break? Like, oh well, first of all, what's the base figure so I can get an idea of what it looks like. Black Hole, what do you think, dude? This looks a lot closer to animated series colors, right? I did a really cool thing. So I did the yellow, right? I did the dark yellow, then I dry brushed a little bit lighter over yellow on there. But then I was like, I want to dry brush a little bit more, even add a little bit more texture. So I used a tan actually. Yeah, a khaki, and dry brush that on top. You can see it really highlights the edges and some of the musculature and all that. And it looks really good on the legs, really like wears out the boot wrinkles. And then the arms, I only put a little bit on the arms, but yeah, it just looks so good. It adds a lot of layers now. And this like teal blue against the orange and yellow just looks so good. I think, at least. I did that. Hopefully we get no paint rub, because that looks really good. And I prepped the joints, and then I'm going to nail polish them as well, so they're like super sturdy. Hopefully that does the trick. Oh, okay. Secret Wars black suit body and his arm broke at the. And is the one piece that broke off, is it still stuck in the bicep itself? Also, there's a sneak peek at one of the next customs I'm gonna do. It'll be a short form video because it's like a 5-minute kit bash, but that's from the new 2-pack with the Omega Red from I don't know if it was a Walmart exclusive. I'm pretty sure it was. It's from those Gamerverse 2-packs, and I didn't really care for an Omega Red, as Black Hole and everyone else in here knows. I'm not really an X-Men guy, so I don't need an Omega Red in my collection. But this War Machine looked so good, and I really wanted more. War Machine's one of my favorite characters, has been since I was a kid. I was like, do I really buy a 2-pack just for War Machine and then hope I can sell Omega Red? But then a homie on Instagram was selling just War Machine for a good price, so boom. J Twist, this is Hobgoblin. Yeah, you're right. It's Hobgoblin. It is Hobgoblin too. Release. Sorry, let me read your. I've been trying to make a custom first being a Black Widow, but that's and one I'm trying to create blue different from using. Yeah, I'd say the Secret Wars Black Symbiote Spider-Man is definitely a good start. I think mostly I'm just gonna. So that other War Machine they made that's like this blue color, I'm gonna take the legs and swap it so then it's gonna be fully pinless. And honestly, from there, I'm not sure. Um, I'm not sure what else I'm going to do. They are in the traditional spot. Oh, on the figure itself, black hole. I know the arm's different, but the legs. If you look at the animated series, um, the legs, the boots are yellow, but the top of the boot is orange like that. So that's accurate. Oh, Omega Red's gonna be in the new Wolverine. That I've seen. Oh nuts! I got orange paint on me. That didn't take long. I've seen a lot of hype for that Wolverine game. A lot of Wolverine fans. Fantastic Four 2 by Franklin and Roy Richards. For Invincible, that might be a little small. I think if you were to do like the black symbiote body, you could do like a custom of his little brother with like the Franklin Valeria Richards. So binge watched all your Universe series customs. I was wondering if you were going to do a. I'm not sure. Like I just said recently, I'm not a huge X-Men guy. I know it's crazy to say out loud, right? But so I'm not sure that I would. But it's always a possibility. Joe Mama, what's up, dude? Yeah, Black Hole. I'm definitely not gonna do like a super faithful recreation of the night. Like this is gonna be the head. He's gonna have wings instead of a glider. So I'm just having fun with this custom. It's definitely not gonna be like a faithful recreation of the '90s. I just want to make a cool Hobgoblin that's like Marvel Legends scale. Oh, doing some customs or kit bashing? Hell yeah. What do you got going on, Joe Mama? Yeah, he does. He looks so happy to be in there, huh? Oh yeah, Dang It Productions Invincible custom is incredible. Yeah, J Twist, I know, right? I don't customize AIM, I Mayfix either. I'm too scared. The oh yeah, the anime series head was definitely a miss, right? Oh yeah, I saw your post in the Discord, Joe Mama. I did see that. You got some GI Joe bodies, right? Was that GI Joe bodies, and then was it the Monster Force hands? Hands? Am I remembering that correctly? I'm gonna paint this belt black because I looked it up in the '90s anime series. He does have a black belt instead of brown. So this Gambit figure also came with a whatchamacallit, little piece of like fabric around his legs. Where is it? I'll just show you. Like a little wrap. So we'll paint that black to match that. I want to give him like a probably. I'm thinking I'm gonna give him gun holster too. So in the anime series, he always uses a gun. Although this flying goblin has a sword, but swords are for close combat, right? So every once in a while he'll need a gun because Spidey's getting away. the worst, the thing I'm putting off the most now is putting like sealing up these parts and then putting it together, like to test how well my joint prep went, because I dread the potential that it didn't go very well. Because I worked so, like, I hate painting yellow, I honestly do, and so painting this body was like, I dreaded it, but it came out so good. The new pink primer trick worked really well and actually went way better than I thought it would. So I'm really happy with how it came out, and I would hate to put it together and start rubbing it in and then all the paint's chipping off. I would probably cry a little bit. Flaming sword, yeah, exactly. Space Monkey, no, this is from the Build-A-Figure Hobgoblin, Marvel Legends. Black Hole is probably going to know better than me what artist or version of. I think this is Phil Ulrich's son, right? Black Hole, when he takes over Hobgoblin, he's got the wings and everything. Or I mean, Ben Ulrich. Is Phil Ulrich the kid, and Ben Ulrich is the OG? Sorry, I'm getting all the names confused. But yeah. So this is just the Marvel Legends head. The wings are from the Marvel Legends. I'm going to use a bunch of Marvel Legends hands. This is also from the Build-A-Figure, the feet. And then the arms and legs are from a Gambit. Some of the accessories are from Gambit. The belt, this little leg wrap. And then the torso itself is from a symbiote Spider-Man. LB, we're making a Hobgoblin. Try to increase the shoulder range on Anakin Skywalker, so a serious figure, but I realize our pro kit. Oh no. What did you end up breaking? Spider-Man fan. In my universe, I think it's gonna be Kingsley. That's my go-to Hobgoblin generally. Although since this Hobgoblin takes place in a universe where Miles is the same, or you know, the main Spider-Man, I thought about like maybe doing like someone else, maybe someone new just for Miles, or yeah, someone who has closer ties to Miles, you know, like kind of like a twist, or just a completely original character, or just some of the OGs. Because like some of the age-old debate that I consider a lot when I'm doing these universes is like, you know, does Miles Morales have any original enemies? And you know, I guess it can be argued too, if he's just taking over for Spider-Man now, I guess it makes sense that a lot of his old rogues is going to come after the new Spider-Man too. But also, Spider-Man, like Miles Spider-Man, definitely deserves his own villains. All that to say, I think Spider-Man's, no matter who's behind the mask, will always need a goblin to fight, right? So like this, like I've said before, all this I'm making takes place in a universe where I'm like building a comic for and a main storyline stuff. And so as the story progresses, a lot of these characters I'm making that are like legacy characters stuff, they'll fade. You know, they'll be phased out of the story, or they'll, you know, the story will start to go other places, like naturally as a story does. And so it will start to become a far more Miles focused story with Miles focused villains, completely new characters, I don't know if Zach remembers. I made a completely original character design a while ago. I showed off on Instagram once or twice. I never post, or I'm not sorry, not on Instagram. Here on YouTube, and I never posted anywhere else except on YouTube. So it's like Zach was probably familiar with the character, but no one else would really know on any of my other socials. So I'll definitely love to do that too. You know, just kind of make my own characters. One thing I don't know about anyone else in here who creates their own universes, whether it takes place in an established universe like Marvel, DC, or completely on your own, fan fiction, whatever you may do. One thing I've been running into is there's like no original villain names anymore, especially when you're writing in a universe like DC. I'm sorry, Marvel, where like it, you know, some of the oldest stories have been around 60 plus years. Like they've thought of everything, even if it's just a villain that was in a singular panel in, you know, like 1972. If that name's been used. I'm sure like with something like that, if there's a super obscure character that really didn't have any meaningful part in a comic besides maybe like a 5 comic run or even like a couple pages, you could probably just reuse the name. Maybe even pretend that the other version doesn't exist. Comics don't really follow continuity that much, so I probably shouldn't think about it that much, but I love detail. If you guys watch my custom videos, you know continuity means a lot to me. I add extremely small details to all my customs to establish the larger world and continuity, so it's just my my neurodivergent preference at the end of the day. Oh yeah, like a super classic beetle, pink and purple, that would look really good. Turn your homework that's due in 2 minutes. Talk about clutch. I've been good, Spider-Man fan. Sorry, I'm like way behind on the chat. I just went on like a random diatribe. Bear with me. Destroyer, thanks, bro. Alright, Spider-Man fan. Yeah, I'll probably be around. Don't spoil anything, but I'd love to talk about some of Marvel Zombies. Everything, including the skirt and shoulders, and I tried to increase the range of the thigh swivel, but the plastic was hard to run, so I got should. Oh, okay. Yeah, Release. You should definitely look into getting a Dremel, even if you get cheap. Like the one I have that I still use to this day is just a cheap one I bought off Amazon like ages ago, and it works perfectly for what I needed to do. So I would definitely recommend that. Yeah, Phil Ulrich. Okay, so I was right. The Goon Goblin. Yeah, that's perfect. Who are Miles' villains other than his uncle? He has Bumbler is a really popular one. They redesigned the Tinkerer for him. He has a Pharaoh Ice King or something like that. He's got a couple random one-offs. Oh yeah, Man Mountain Marco. Yup. Bro, J Twist, exactly. Every time I'm like, oh, maybe this is a good name. I look it up. I'm like, nope, it's used. Yeah, Zacho, it's kind of definitely like so far. You know, I've only seen up into in the a little bit of episode 3, but some characters are like insanely OP, and then others not so much. It's cool. I won't spoil, you know, I don't want to spoil anything because all the reveals were cool to me, and I'm sure there's even more. But they really dug deep in their bag for some of the characters, which I think was really cool. So, um, you know, I've been looking into some new bases for my rhino. So it's funny you mentioned that. Um, and yeah, I've been looking into maybe getting some of those blank bodies. I want to make a different Craven. I want to make like a legit Craven. So I know it's probably gonna sound crazy, but now that I'm done, okay, well this maybe you guys don't know this yet, but now that I'm done with the McFarlane scale customs, I've fully finished my Sinister Six, my Sinister 16, all my extended rogues that I want in the story that I want to make a figure for. I'm gonna move on to this like 6-inch scale world now, where I'm like making this Hobgoblin. You know, I have all the parts for a Green Goblin right after that. And so I want to do a new Rhino for that and like make it like a highly articulated one. I've been looking at a couple different bodies of like, there's an anamorphic Rhino from X-Ray Studios, one of the million different like third-party companies out there now. He's red and doesn't have a human face, but I can paint him up green real quick and give him a new face. I've found some cool scopes online, or I can steal one from like my Rhino or like a Marvel Select if I can find it cheap. I know the collectible store I go to a lot has been sitting on a Marvel Select Rhino forever, which they used to be hard to find for a while. So, but the head sculpts are pretty good from that figure. Zombies are in it. How dare you tell everyone that's Echo? Wally West, yeah. Destroyer, that's true too. Destroyer, that's what I was bouncing between. Is I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I would lean more Ultimate Rhino. Oh, Nicholas, that could be cool. So you know what I was thinking too is there's a lot of really cool. So one thing I'll carry over from like the McFarlane scale world I've been building is that like Jackal's gonna play a big role. I don't want to lose that. Maybe I'll just like change the characters and it'll be the same exact story. You know what I mean? Like it'll just evolve. I'm thinking more like that than anything. And so in my main story, eventually Rhino will die. Plot twist. Or spoiler alert rather. But so I was thinking, you know, Jackal's gonna play a huge role in this world. And what I've talked about before is like Jackal is a mad scientist who's experimenting a lot using like animal DNA. And I remember when I mentioned that a long time ago, Black Hole and a bunch of other people liked the idea. I was thinking like Jackal has like a zoo of like all the animal themed villains, right? He's got like, even the most obscure ones, right? He's got the human fly, he's got like puma, eel, vermin, like all those guys. And so I was thinking, oh, okay, what if there's some really good third party like anamorphic, whatever it is. And there's one really cool one for a Hammerhead, and there's one really cool one for a Rhino. And so I'm like, okay, well that could be like a new version of Hammerhead. That could be a new version of Rhino where they're far more like animal. And then so that's a good idea. Maybe put some tech on it. So. Okay, after a while, I ain't feeling an AEW Ortez head for one of my shows. This feels too big. I'm probably. Yeah, sometimes if the head looks too big, if you get it to sit a little bit lower, it helps, but not always. Yeah, Jade Twist. That's exactly what I was thinking. That Overwatch figure. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, Black Hole. I was thinking about that figure, that Mr. Hyde. Yeah, honestly, I was gonna keep the Beetle. I like my armored tech Beetle. I do really like that design, so I'll definitely keep that. Um, hey B14, what's up? Welcome in. Black Hole. I know you watch rewinds and stuff. Have you seen the updates of that new character that company who made Hyde is making? Dude, it's massive. I think they said it's gonna be like 100 something bucks. It's like, it's huge, but it seems like it'd definitely be worth it for like 100. The other figures look really good. I haven't bought anything from that company. I don't buy third party too often. I don't have anything against it. It's just one, they're so hard to keep track of and order in general because they usually like sell through like 5K Toys, Toys Metaverse. Oh, that's a fun story for you guys. I was telling one of my friends on Instagram today. So I pre-ordered the Miles Morales like reissue they did for Mayfex. And I pre-ordered it through Hobby Link Japan, and I got the notification today that I got charged for it. I was like, oh, sick. And so, they have like a private warehouse. It's similar to like the Big Bad Toy Store. What you may call it, um, pile of loot. And so you can just like decide to ship out of there. And that's the only thing I pre-ordered. So I was like, yeah, let me ship it out because I would love to get my Mayfex Miles. And I go to check out, and it's like, oh, you owe $90. I was like, oh, okay. It didn't actually take the money for the figure yet. And now I'm looking, I'm like, oh no, it already took the $70 for the figure. Shipping alone is another $90 because of tariffs and stuff. So I was like, well, that sucks. I think Big Bad Toy Store ended up getting it. And I usually pre-order through them, but they take forever to get their figures. So I was like, you know what? I never order from like Japanese websites. It's cheaper that way. The figure itself is only $70. It came in really fast, but Destroyer, that's why I'm not sure if it would be like human first turned into monsters, if it was like from scratch. Bounce around with both ideas. Maybe it'll be a little bit of both, we could do a little bit of both. Yeah, I've never messed with AEW anything, Joe Mama, but they're always on sale. Them and all the other I apologize in advance. I don't know a ton about wrestling, but all those different wrestling lines, I always see a bunch of them on sale in Target, and I've always been curious because I'm like, oh, maybe I should try one, but they seem like good, especially the ones that come with like soft goods and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is like for $9-10. This is good for fodder at the very least. No offense, but your old Rhino figure seemed like it had the. Oh, it did 100% have an articulation of a brick. It has 0 articulation. That's why I wanted to upgrade it. But I did really like the way it looked, and a lot of other people, every time I showed it off, I'm always surprised by how many people actually really liked that design. I was like, oh, I guess me, myself, wasn't like obsessed with that design, so I thought like everyone else, like, oh, you know, it's you know, it's good but not great. But that ends up being a lot of people's like favorite out of the Sinister Six. So I was like, oh, okay. So I kept it, but yeah, I have thought about that pile of figures I ended up using for the Age of Venom. If you've watched that video, that a lot of those parts were originally going to be for an updated Rhino that I just never ended up going through with because I just kept Rhino how he was. But I see some of these third-party figures, I'm like, man, I would love to have like a super articulated Rhino. That'd be so sick. That that one you were just talking about, they saw that one, whoever's talking about, I forget. They saw that YouTuber reviewing. It's like a new gray one. It's all armored up and stuff. I saw one of my friends got that too. He loves stuff like that. And I saw his pictures. I was like, dude, you take all the armor off it, or like some of the armor. You don't have to take all the armor off it. But you take the armor off it, I'm like, this would be like because it's already gray. Because the other figure I was thinking about using for Rhino is red. It's like a dark red. So I was like, I would have to paint it gray. And then, you know, these figures with tons of articulation, it's more and more joint prep and figuring all that out. And I'm like, you know, the gray would be so much easier. Although the red guy is a Rhino, so he's got like the hooked feet, he's got the Rhino head, he's got like a beard and everything. So I really was thinking about just keeping it like just straight up how it is and just saying, look, this is the Rhino in my universe. Maybe painting it gray or giving it like a human head, or, you know, human inside a Rhino head, whatever. But yeah, no, bounce around a lot of ideas. Not sure which direction I want to go yet, but it's definitely been something I've been thinking about a lot. Like I said, I want to, you know, I just created a Sinister 16, right? And spent the past like year designing, creating, painting, writing a story for my Sinister 16. I'm like, okay, now I'm done. I want to make a new Sinister 6 with all new figures for the same character, for the same Miles Spider-Man, right? But I've been thinking of like who I want in the new Sinister 6 for Miles. Some new characters, some old. And so I've been thinking about putting what I've been really wanting to make for a long time is a Lady Doc Ock, you know, Lady Ock. And so I really want to make that. So that's probably be part of the Sinister Six. I was thinking like a, you know, like a highly articulated Rhino would be really fun in the new Sinister Six. A more comic accurate rendition of Kraven would be really cool. I was thinking of keeping that Beetle. I thought putting Beetle in there would be fun. And that's what Lady Ock, Beetle, Rhino, Kraven, that's 4. So I'm like not sure who else I would want to put in there that could be fun and like a little bit different than, you know, the norm. Probably my Scorpion. I really like that Scorpion design. I'll really just take that over from the last universe. Do something like that. That's 5. Yeah, so then who would be the 6th? Who would you guys want to see as the 6th? I could do like maybe Shocker would be fun. I know a lot of people love Shocker. I could put Shocker there, or Lizard. A couple different things. Yeah, B14. I'll check out your customs. Might use another Black Series head on, Joe. Oh yeah, the Bill Burr one's perfect. James, yeah, I messaged you about it. You probably messaged me back. I didn't see yet. It's on Amazon, so I've been looking at it. I'm tempted, dude. I'm tempted. I really am. Nicholas, I have made a Venom. Um, and he's actually out now. I can actually show him off. He's usually deeper into the cabinet, but he's right on the top now. So he's like super comic accurate, and so I love him. He's got the big old Todd eyes. So that's like my go-to Venom. Unknown number. Thanks for the kind words, man. Welcome in. When the paint gets on your finger, no, not really. My hands get covered in paint in the process, and as long as it's dry and I don't rub it on other things, it doesn't bother me too much. I clean my hands pretty frequently while I'm painting. Oh, make Rhino Craven him out. That would be sick. Yeah, Zacho, she doesn't care. She actually enjoys them. She loves the baddies. Yeah, Zacho. Yeah, my friend painted the symbol because there was no way I was gonna paint that logo myself. He did an amazing job, dude. Even in person, it doesn't even look like someone painted it. He's a mastermind. Oh yeah, female Doc Ock who's his daughter. That would be sick, especially because another spoiler in my universe, Doc Ock is gonna be the first one killed off. You know, he's the oldest. He's the one that helps get the Sinister Six back, and him getting killed by a certain someone definitely sends like rifts into the Sinister Six, shakes up the team, and causes some separation and stuff. So, yeah, Yeet Lord, I've made a video about that Venom. I made a couple videos because I did a couple different things on my own. I painted the body. I customized these heads to fit this body and then painted those up. So yeah, there's a couple videos out there on this guy. Sorry, it's got some bunny hair on it. But one of the comments too asked, is there gonna be like crossover between the two Sinister Sixes? Yeah, absolutely. Demon Hulk from Immortal Hulk would be insane. The Iron Punisher I'm making loves paint rubbing the joints. Yeah, dude, I prepped these joints and then I'm gonna use nail polish. And I'm hoping that, well, I don't think I prepped the leg joints, but the leg's blue, so I'm like, okay, if the blue wears off a little bit, it's like a darker blue. It just looks like worn out pants. But like the elbows, I guess same thing. But I did prep the elbows and the shoulder joints. I didn't prep these, so I'm hoping just nail polish alone is enough. Destroyer, absolutely you can. I have one person on my Discord who's made a couple different drawings of my designs, and it's so cool. I love when you guys do. I always save them, put them in my collection. I love seeing it because you guys are all so talented, and I'm not good at drawing at all. I can paint for days. Not as good with a pencil, so I love seeing when you guys do it. So absolutely you can. Where did I post my lore? So when I made the original Sinister Six videos, I posted lore like at the end of the videos. Just really brief lore, just to kind of talk about like who they are, their background, how they got there. Brief, like I'm talking like 15 seconds, I think. I didn't go too deep into it. And then by the time I was done with Sinister Six, I stopped. I didn't go too deep into lore for some of the Sinister 16 I've showed off so far because I truly just didn't think that far in advance with a lot of the other characters, you know, like Hydro Man, Molten Man, the Wall, and who else did I show off? Jack-o'-lantern, Beetle. Like I don't know a ton of what their lore looks like in my universe yet. I really put a ton of focus into the Sinister Six, and so I should. I would love to like start posting my lore more frequently, or like fleshing out. You know, I have a couple pages of my story written so far. I'd love to like share a little bit with you guys, and so maybe I should. You guys should let me know. Should I like post that on YouTube? Like, is that something you guys would watch? Short form, long form, whatever. Let me know. I'll definitely look into it. On Destroyer, it's usually there's a link in my bio, but for whatever reason, it always gives people a hard time. So, and for some reason, people can't seem to share the link in this chat ever. I don't know if like YouTube blocks it or something. But if you go to my page, you should hopefully be able to. I put a link that never expires, and it somehow still expires on me all the time. I don't know. I don't understand Discord. um, James, that's actually a good question. On a lot of my McFarlane figures, I'm just completely lazy and don't prep at all. And luckily, because of the way they're built, like they don't paint rub that bad. This is my first time doing like Marvel Legends scale in a while. And I just found out about the nail polish trick, so I actually haven't used it at all. Yeah, like in this context of like saving myself time on joint prep. So I'll do it on this one. I'll let you know how it goes. Because like I said, some of the joints I sanded, the others I didn't. I'll do nail polish on all of them, and I'll let you know if the joints I didn't sand and only nail polish still work out fine. And if so, that'll be my new way of saving some time there. Hell yeah, Destroyer, love to hear it. Okay, yeah, black hole. I like that idea. I was thinking about that because there's like some. I was thinking about like I've made a lot of videos now. They're kind of spread out. I've started doing other videos in between that aren't Sinister Six or Sinister 16 related, and I've put off some of the main Sinister 16. I haven't finished making videos on Sinister 16 because I got caught up with a lot of the other videos I was doing. I did the Maximum Spider-Man custom, the Hobgoblin, Agent Venom. And I jumped right into this Hobgoblin custom actually, but I was thinking about that. It's like making like a recap video almost, so like showing off Sinister 16 as a whole now, or Sinister 6 as a whole now that I like have completely made all 6 and like did like a brief lore. I could do like a deeper lore of the whole 6, and then I could do it again with like the 16. Maybe there's figures I don't care to update or that wouldn't have enough content for a long form video. I also thought about if I look at my shelf right now, the only character from Sinister 16 I haven't showed off yet is Lizard, Shocker, Big Wheel, and the Wall. So I was thinking about just making like a massive video for those 4, because there's some stuff I'll do to them, and then some figures really wouldn't get too much at all, you know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, well, if I just make a huge video for that, and then I do like a recap video at the end, of like the whole Sinister 16, like go deep into the lore, something like that would be fun. Wouldn't mind if you did showcase it a custom separately from the making videos where, yeah, okay, so that would be cool. That's true. I do like it. I have like the how to make it videos. So if I did like a new series of just like lore drops, that could be fun actually, because I have a lot of ideas. I'm always bouncing them off of you guys, and Black Hole knows me and him are always bouncing off ideas because he's like my lore guy, and so yeah, that could be fun. I'll definitely do something like that. Zacho, Sinister 60. Yeah, it's only a matter of time at this point, right? Like every Spider-Man villain that's had a second of page or screen time is going to be in it at this rate. 4-hour lore drop video. Well, you guys all know more. You guys all know me well enough by now to know it doesn't take much convincing to get me to just yap. I'm the king of yapping. So if a long video of me yapping is what you want, then a long video of me yapping you shall receive. But yeah, I mean, like, in all seriousness though, I would love to do something like that. If there's a market for it, I'm down. You guys would truly love that. Because I've been cooking up these ideas for a while, so to finally like get them out would be so nice. Make Paul the Thanos of this universe. Yeah, I should. That'd be hilarious. Paul is the Nexus being of the Spider-Man extended universe. Yeah, Zacho, that's true too. One thing I've definitely tried to tell myself, back when I first started doing like social media stuff again, is like, at the end of the day, like the numbers are nice, like I talk about my Discord, like I'm getting close to being able to be monetized on YouTube. I have like 8,000 or 7,400, almost 8,000. I'm not monetized yet because I did short form first, and most people know. I think it's like relatively easy to get monetized if you go long form from the beginning and get like decent engagement. But I did like solely short form for the first year, so I didn't hit any of the eligibility numbers. But yeah, like being able to like make money off of, even if it's just pennies in the beginning. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm already doing it to begin with. If I get extra money, I can buy some extra figures or new paint or brushes, whatever. Yeah, that'd be cool. I know I'm not gonna be quitting my job anytime soon, but ultimately, at the end of the day, I do this because I love it. And if I find a handful of other people that love it, that's awesome. And I found my little community here, and you guys are amazing, and you guys are the ones that keep me going. I really haven't hit like any like significant like roadblocks. I haven't really felt burnt out because you guys are always super understanding. You guys are always super helpful when I need it. And so that makes it worth it more than anything, you know what I mean? So yeah, Zacho, you're right. If I think it'd be fun to sit on camera for 4 hours straight and talk about the deepest of lores of my own little universe, and it gets 6 views, but it's 6 people who go, wow, this is amazing. Or even if it's 5 people that say, wow, this is amazing. It's one person that's like, listen to this honky app about random stuff. It's worth it. So I appreciate all you guys for making this so fun. Of course I do this for myself and whatnot, but at the end of the day, having a bunch of people that love watching my content definitely makes it easier, to keep coming back, to keep making more. And so I am eternally grateful for every last one of you and all your continued support. I know I say it a lot, but it's important for me to constantly remind myself and you guys of that, to remain grateful and humble of everything I've been able to accomplish because of you guys. Destroyer, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thanos could be made. I haven't made a Thanos yet. That's true, James. Paul accidentally joined Sinister Six and is too awkward to leave. That's actually hilarious. There's always someone who has another idea. That's true, man. That's true. Doesn't mean yours is a bad idea. It just means you guys had different ideas. And that's the beauty of it all. Hey, I have a question for Crispy in chat. And then change it in the following timeline, like my character Ben away from Superhuman. No, I wouldn't say that's weird. It's like you're saying, like in the same continuity, like at one point he's superhuman and at another point he's not, right? Is that, am I understanding it correctly? Yeah, like Destroyer said, like we were talking about before, when trying to find new names and original names and stuff. Comics don't really follow continuity that closely, so continuity or retcons, all that stuff's pretty loose in storytelling, especially in the comic world. So yeah, I would say that's not weird at all to me. My ideas are bouncing around constantly, so. You know what I think is so funny is as outrageous as some of the stuff that comes out of Zacho's mouth, he'll just have these moments of like profound wisdom where he's just like spitting just the most like deep, meaningful stuff imaginable. You're like, wow, I didn't know Zacho had it in him. I don't know if it's just like he's been gooning for a while and now he has like post-nut clarity and he's like got all these brilliant ideas or what, but. But I also have to give huge shout out to Zacho. Like I'm appreciative of every single last one of you. But Zacho's been here since day one, and he's never gotten tired of my content. He still comes back all the time, watches all my stuff. He's supported me on Whatnot whenever I do Whatnot sales. He's buying stuff. That's how I know where he lives. That's how I stalk him, and so. As much as I tease Zacho and we have our little back and forth banters, I am so deeply appreciative of his, at this point, like years-long support. How many subscribers did I have when you first started watching my stuff, Zacho? I remember when we did it was 600 subscribers special around Christmas time to do a giveaway. And it was just me, Zacho, and I think Spider-Man fan in the live. But it was so fun. It was my first live ever. Queen of the Hive. Oh, 1602 Spider-Man. Oh, okay. I see your vision, Dr. Space Monkey. Jay Twist, welcome back. Arson, welcome in. It's like being in the midst of meditation. Yeah, true. I thought for the 600 subscriber giveaway, you weren't there, Zacho? I thought you were. Maybe it was someone else. I remember Spider-Man fan 1. He has my Spider-Man Moon Knight kit bash. That came out pretty cool. I hope he still has it. I hope it holds up well for him to this day. Yeah, with the trident. Yep. What was for the first live ever destroyer was for a giveaway. It was end of the year. I had hit like 1,000 subscribers on Instagram and over 2,000 on TikTok, I think. So my goal on YouTube was to try to hit 1,000 as well. I only made it to like 6 something by the end of the year. But I still did a giveaway and a live, and the live was to do like a live like raffle. And that was fun. It was like a quick one because it was like around the holidays and I was off from work, so me and Miss Crispy were gonna go do some holiday stuff together. So it was just like a quick half-hour live, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I'm gonna do this again, and I don't think I went live again for like another 6 months. But now I'm a staple on YouTube Live, so. I'm reading these comments. I didn't miss these comments, Black Hole. I'm reading them. This is very fascinating. I like your concept here. I like how Jackal's a significant bad in your stories too. Wow, thanks, Jay Twist. You've been here a while then, man. That's awesome. I remember I hit 1K maybe in like March. And then my page just like exploded. I forget. It was a couple customers back to back that just like went off. And my page just like exploded. Because like I said, back in March, I had 1,000. I had just hit 1,000. And now look, I'm at, what did I say? I checked this morning, 7,400, like on the dot. That's insane. Reviews are doing good on shorts recently. Oh, maybe we'll do some reviews again. I haven't done a review in a while. I honestly stopped doing reviews too because I haven't really been buying as much stuff recently, so I don't have much to review. Jay Twist, who's one of your favorite characters? That's who you should draw. Yeah, I was doing Scrolling Before School, so many reasons I loved it. Hell yeah, Jay Twist. Yeah, hitting 1K on any social media, like, organically, it takes forever. I like like it. Yeah. The angel coming down from heaven.
His arms.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah. Your new technique.
Yeah.
Looks good.
You like it?
Yeah.
I just painted all the little black details.
Yeah. Let's see.
What? What are you reading chat? Or are you saying? Oh, they're saying hi to you.
Hi. Hi, chat.
No.
Did you tell him we can't invite you at the toy show?
Yeah, they saw.
Okay, good.
Did you see what he said?
What's Gargantos?
This new figure that just came out.
Is it huge?
Yeah.
Is it like 5 feet tall?
No, he's not 5 feet tall.
Okay.
But he's got a lot of tentacles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Slay.
That was diabolical. Oh, the young web warriors. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I'm definitely lucky. Who's one of the most underrated Batman characters? Yo. Ooh, Space Monkey, that'd be really fun. I also... No, it was awesome, Black Hole. I like it a lot. I'm really intrigued by what you got cooking up over there. What was I gonna say? Oh, someone... Oh, Azrael. Okay, okay. Someone asked me if I would do... like my style on DC characters, and I have a Batman cooking up. I have a Batman and Superman cooking up. I've been thinking about doing like a Justice League. I don't know. But I for sure have a Batman and Superman in the works. Oh yeah, Azrael, Batman, and Nightfall is so cool. Crispy DCU, exactly. It's coming, don't you worry. Yeah, Absolute Superman, I've been thinking about it. The Absolute Superman design is so good. I gotta get brown, and then maybe gray so we can dry brush some black. Okay.
Crispy DCU.
Yeah. Oh yeah, doing DC customs on Marvel would be hilarious. Hey, Black Hole, but it'll happen eventually. Don't worry. The crispy verse, exactly, James. Exactly. Yo, I'm going to LA. I do not know if you live around here, but if you do, what? I do not live in LA, but oh man, there's some stores that people always talk about. I wish I could remember what the heck their names are. It's Frankensons, I think, is a really popular one. You should make more of your... Oh, Skies, I've got some Avengers cooking up too, for sure. Just finished painting the hair on your custom head? Oh, that's sick, because I hate painting hair, so good job. Molding a Wolverine, that's sick too.
What is this?
Damn, okay, everyone's like super excited for the DC idea, so I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely go through with that. Especially seeing the... Oops. Squirted way too much brown out. But such positive reception for that. I'll definitely... So the wraps on here are going to be brown, so I don't have to paint white. Although I guess this brown's no better right now. I don't know why it's not really going on very well. I guess I usually use a darker brown first and then this lighter brown. A couple layers build up and then we'll dry brush a lighter brown. It'll look really good at the end. So this is the sword. Comes with two bases because one of them like holsters into the wings. And then this one holds the main flame. I guess the guy I bought it off of broke the flame off at some point. It was just like super glued onto here. And then I broke it off again. Oops. So I'll just super glue it back on once I'm done painting it. But I saw the orange too. I was like, or the pumpkin. So I was like, oh, I'll paint that orange. I'll just do like, probably keep the rest of it black. I won't go too crazy, but I'll do like some like metallic dry brush. You know, just add some wear and tear. I'll probably do that to the knees as well and stuff, so. That brown really isn't wanting to go on. Destroyer, thanks for hanging out, bro. Absolutely, drink plenty of water and get rest. I endorse that. I have my own custom Six. Your own Spidey and Cap? Hell yeah. Have you considered any? I have considered Iron Patriot. I think that would be a fun one, especially in this universe. Um, and yes, Guy, this is Hobgoblin. Yup. Oh, your R stand broke? Oh, dude, that sucks. Yeah, what? Do you think it's like broken beyond repair? You think? Yeah, exactly. They can make Deadpool work. They can make your over the top Spider-Man story work. Brown really isn't working in my favor. I didn't think I was gonna have to do this many coats of brown for this wrap. This is crazy. Good thing I squirted out so much brown. You're gonna need all of it. Oh, maybe more textile. Oh, yeah, okay. I can see the vision. Yeah, Dark Avengers, that could be fun. Make the Void. Okay, okay. What's up, Apple Slice? Oh, yeah, J Twist, that'd be sick. Marvel's, yeah, especially now that zombies are a thing, right? I've definitely thought of that. I've had that requested a lot. So it's definitely something I've considered. And would continue to consider. Squirt out a little bit more brown. I need a better covering brown. I'm gonna go darker this time. Yeah, there we go. I want to paint this too. This will take a couple coats, but that's all right. This is covering so much better. Plus, it doesn't have to be perfect. It like helps create that like worn out look. The brown fades a little bit. Braids fades a little bit in the black. It works. Anyone in here watch Peacemaker? I just watched the most recent episode today. It's getting pretty good. Yeah, right, Black. Well, hey, it's fun to you know, map it all out, vision board it, right? Whoa. Yeah. Your muscles are crazy.
Yeah, I look muscular right now, right?
Yeah, you got a crazy pump going.
Yeah, what's that about?
It's that Jimmy John's hoagie. Sodium pumps. Yeah, yeah, see? Exactly. Yeah, that's oh, also that's smart, James, to just wait until the whole season's out to. I got like a light spoiler, um, like literally like this morning. I was like, dude, the episode's been out like hasn't even been out 24 hours yet. How am I already getting spoiled? And I was like from the HBO like Max page. I'm like, dude. Damn, Black Hole. That's. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm super grateful. I can stay so steady. You're just as big a nerd about that as Spider-Man. Okay, sick. How's that? I know last time I talked to you, you're pretty busy with that, right? You're training your friend and stuff too. How's all that been going? I see some of your videos. You're a beast. Another Marvel custom. What's some of the stuff you like the most, Sky? I find stuff that I really enjoy is the easiest for me to make. Like, I've made like 6 Hobgoblins in a row now. So, what's your idea for Nightwing? Yeah, Black Hole, right? Like the damn people to make the show spoiled. It's like crazy. Wow, that's incredible, James. That's a huge leap. Hi, Crispy. Remember me? What's up, man? Topper. What's up, man? Dude, I haven't watched K-pop Demon Hunters, but I finally got a Netflix subscription again. Should I watch that tonight? I like eating some sour fruit and watching movies after stream. Should I watch K-pop? Savage Avengers, perhaps? Ooh, okay. I see the vision. This brown came out really good, actually. I like it better with leather straps. And then I'll keep this part black. Do like a metallic dry brush. I'm gonna I think should I keep the orange of the wings like that as is, or should I paint them the other orange so that'll match the? No, I guess it makes sense if it's a more pale orange, right? I think the orange as is probably fine. But what do you guys think? It's really, yeah, I mean, dude, that's what I've heard, Joe. I'm like, literally everyone's raved about that show. So I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not huge into K-pop or anything either, but I'm like, if this many people are raving about it, I'm definitely curious. Okay. I'll definitely put it on then. I'll check it out. Okay, cool. Since this first brown worked out really well, clean off my brush. And then I will get the lighter brown now, dry brush some brown on there. Hey, have you done a shocker? I have done a shocker. Not sour cream, sour fruit. It's like it's these like frozen sour fruit. It's really good. I can't think of the name right now. Fruit Riot. They're so good, dude. I just got one. My girlfriend hates it, so they're all for me. It's perfect. But it's it was like cherry cola with like Pop Rocks on it. It's pretty good. It smelled like it was gonna be medicinal, so I was nervous, but I thought it was pretty good. But in general, they're just like, it's just like sour grapes. They do sour mango and sour pineapple. I would say sour mango is the best, and then I would say the grapes are second. I would say pineapple's my least favorite personally, but they have a couple different flavors of the whatchamacallit now? The grape, that's really good. About to do some boiling. Oh, doing some boiling popping. Yeah, I'll. No, yeah, I want a raw dog sour cream. Yeah, I'll grab my shocker in a minute. It's off to the side. You should get a thing like how Marvel's the comic panels when I said the customs. Okay, yeah, that would be pretty sweet. You guys always have such good ideas. Cool. All right, the wraps look really good now. Nice and worn out. Once that dries, I'll touch up the black around it, put some orange on the pumpkin. Let's dry brush some of this stuff real quick. I forgot to grab my gray. How many times am I gonna get up for paint? Doing to put on one of the arms of my Joes to get the heads on. Sweet. And all your like customs and stuff, Joe Mama, they're like they're just like OC designs, right? Like they're not like based off of, you're just like kit bashing what looks cool and stuff, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or are they actually inspired by someone? Usually. Also, did you get the, what was it, Monster Force hands too? How do they work? Sky, thank you. You know, Black Hole, it's funny, I've done like super immersive VR where like your whole body moves, and that's really fun. But yeah, VR where it's just my head, I get like so dizzy and lightheaded. I hate it. I don't know. I don't know why. Especially like I don't know why like one affects me more than the other. Do I ever feel mentally drained after working on custom? Definitely. I'll like sometimes if I'm like working on a custom a lot too, I'll have to like take some time off from it because I'm like, oh my, like I'm exhausted. Because yeah, definitely just like not just like the brush, right? It's like the mental part too, for sure. And so yeah, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I need to take a couple days away from this custom. But it's cool. I'll usually like maybe I'll write, or I'll play like I'll play some video games. Usually it's like a fun like getaway for me. I usually play like Madden and stuff. Like on Sundays, I like to, especially now it's football season. I don't know if anyone else is sports fans here, but I'll get up and watch football all morning, and I go to work and just watch football with my coworkers. Do you have? Yeah, Sky. I have the Giant Man. I was lucky enough to get the Giant Man build a figure. That's the only one I have, or not build a figure. I'm sorry, HasLab, but that's the only one I have. You're leaving.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great night. We gotta get back tomorrow. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, at like 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, James, exactly. Like, especially yeah, like I've always struggled with. Well, I didn't know at the time. I only got diagnosed last year, but it definitely makes a lot of sense now. But I've always struggled with like ADHD and stuff, and um, art has definitely always been a good outlet for me. You know, I was a musician for a long time, and now with this, definitely it gives me something like laser focus on it. So it definitely makes it easier to like stay on track and stay focused. But yeah, I also will just like get sucked in, and then so it's like yeah, I'll be pretty tired afterwards. Like on these live streams, like I said, I'll log off. I'll get some like sour fruit or ice cream, whatever kind of snack I want, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie and this show. I'm gonna catch up on all the stuff I want to watch, and I fall asleep on the couch in like 10 minutes. I have done a Sandman custom. Yep. Oh hell yeah, billboard head on the new neck. Awesome. J Twist. I'm a little hungry. I should probably get diagnosed. Thanks, Echo. Yeah, I did it for a long time, and I definitely would say I was pretty good. I had I had pretty like if we're basing it solely off of career earnings, I would say I had a pretty average success, but overall experience and like life experiences, I would say I was pretty damn successful. I had a lot of cool things. I did a lot of cool things in my time as a musician. Got to tour the country a couple times. Got to play Daytona Bike Week once. I've been on TV. I've been on records. It's funny, right? You hear all that, you're like, oh, what do you mean that didn't turn into financial success? Yeah, music isn't very easy to pursue a lucrative career in, sadly. Just also wasn't like crazy consistent either. And then so when COVID hit, I was laid off at work for like 7 months, but so was the rest of the world. So music in any significant capacity in Nashville stopped for a long time and stuff, and that's when I ended up deciding to move to Chicago, because I was like, well, there's nothing holding me to Nashville anymore to continue pursuing music, and so let me try other things. And then I eventually moved here, got into this, and the rest is history. Yeah, James, it's like I know like some people like to say like, oh, like everyone's got a diagnosis now, this and that, but like I think our society definitely, because like ADHD. One thing I thought was fascinating is you aren't, not everyone's necessarily born with ADHD. You can like develop it, and so I'll definitely say like the world in which we live in and inhabit, especially in our generations, we've experienced a lot, right? So yeah, it makes sense that numbers of diagnosis are higher now than ever, but also it's just like something we do a lot more now than ever. Like even when I was younger, that wasn't really something that's common. So it's like I'm a lefty, so it's always fun to use the example of like, oh, we never really kept data of that stuff, and then when you did, all of a sudden there's so many more lefties in the world, and it's like, well, yeah, we were always there. You just never kept track of it. So I think it's the same with mental health and stuff. It's like as we get far more educated about it and stuff, and learn the range in which all of it exists on, right? Like we learn now that like autism is such a wide spectrum, and so it's not just like what we're taught, and so yeah, is autism like a more common diagnosis now? Yeah. And I think there's a lot of benefit to that, because like for me, like I said, I struggled with ADHD my whole life, but I didn't but I didn't know what I was struggling with, so it made my life really hard for a long time, you know? So I think diagnosis can be really beneficial, you know, um, even if like retroactively, you know. The What If Spider-Man, the zombie one. Oh no, J Twist. Ghost, what's up, bro? No, the reason more people are getting diagnosed is because we're getting to know more about it and what to. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. The no sleep gang. As a lefty, you're way more likely to be president than me. Oh wow, good to know. You can be my vice president, James. I like toys, but I like women more. Well, I like them for 2 minutes. Then I like. Yeah, I hear on that 1 minute 40 seconds to be at. I what do you get, like a time clock out or what? Stopwatch. Secco, yeah. You can't get rid of all. Yeah, exactly. No, it. You know, it's just something that's there. But I think getting a diagnosis right really helps to one like make you realize that you're not just like built wrong or poorly, right? And that like, oh, okay, I'm just like struggling with something that there's like resources for and accommodations for, and so I think that's like where getting diagnosis can be like really beneficial. Yeah, James, it's you know it's I for the longest time I didn't think I had anything, and then I got diagnosed with the whole book. Really, they threw the whole book at me. Um, Anxiety, depression, ADD. King, what's up, bro? We are making Hobgoblin. Oh, Ghost. Yeah. Well. Pete dies. And not. I don't know. I haven't seen the whole show yet. No, and from the What If show, the very first season, the zombie episode. There's Spider Man. He's alive. He's got Doctor Strange's cape and everything. I just called him Zombie Spider Man because that's from the episode he's from. So, um, like I swear, I haven't finished the season. I have no clue if Pete dies. I only call him Zombie Pete because that's the episode he's in the very first season of What If. I think that's honestly what he's advertised as too in that wave, the watch or build figure wave. I just thought I wasn't interested and couldn't pay attention to stuff and didn't get why I was so exactly, James, exact dude. I struggled so hard in school. I struggled so hard. I went from being a straight A student to like, you know, getting detention and suspension and like barely passing high school. And it's like, oh, now I know why. Like, yeah, I guess it would have been nice to know at the time, but it's also nice to know now that like, oh, okay, I wasn't like just a terrible. Dr. Pickles, welcome. The Marvel Zombies, I don't know, I felt like the story sucked. Oh, you didn't like it? I haven't finished it yet, but give me a good Marvel term. J Twist. Some of my go-tos are Captain America Winter Soldier, um, any of the Spider-Man, the Raimi films, or I like Far From Home and No Way Home. Homecoming's all right. Um, what are some of my other favorite Marvel rewatches? Maybe the first Avengers. The ending will shock me. Okay. Yeah, Zombie Hunter Spidey. Yeah, exactly. No, I didn't fail high school. I barely passed. No, I passed, dude. I have a high school diploma and everything. It's just senior year was rough. James, exactly. Learning is easy, paying attention is impossible. I got suspended last year. Would you? I was actually just talking to my girlfriend about this, I think last night. Um, Very first detention I ever got, I exploded a ketchup packet and got all over this cheerleader's back. And she wasn't mad at me. She just had to tell the teacher, like, hey, there's ketchup on me. Can I clean it off? She didn't even say who did it. But then the teacher found out I did it and I got in trouble. I got detention. And then we did this thing a lot when I was in middle school. This all happened in middle school first, where we would throw pencils into the ceiling and then it would get stuck like in the ceiling tiles. And I got caught doing that. And then that's when I got suspended. Oh, I also got into a fight on the bus, so I got detention for that. And then the third time, I got suspended because I was getting in trouble so much in such a short amount of time. And then in high school, what did I get detention for there? I skipped class a lot. One time I got suspended because me and my friends were passing notes in class that were pretty vulgar, and my teacher found it, and she was pretty upset, so we got suspended for that. I almost got away with that. My parents didn't know I got suspended. Dude, that story is so messed up. My parents had no clue I got suspended. I almost got away with getting suspended and them not knowing. And then my mom randomly one day, was just like, oh, I'm going to be the cool mom and take my kid out of school early, because she was like running errands and she was like in the area of my high school. It's like, oh, it wasn't like, it was maybe like a few hours before I let out, It's like, oh, I'm going to pick him up early just for the hell of it. She like never did that. So it was so out of the blue. And they're like, oh, we can't find your son. He's not in the classroom he's supposed to be in. And then they finally found me and were like, oh yeah, he's in suspension right now. Dude, the walk to the office where I knew my mom was gonna be there, I was like, oh my god, I'm in deep trouble. Oh, that sucked. That sucked. Yeah, I would say I was the victor in that fight, Spider-Man. It was like, do you guys know what hornets are? Like when you fold up the paper really small and then shoot them at each other with rubber bands. It was more like a fight like that, which I think is what we got in trouble for more. It was like a full blown like war zone on this bus, and my bus driver was pissed. Got detention because that's terrible, dude. Ghost. This one teacher I had was trying to give me after school detention for like my whole 8th grade because I kept skipping class and stuff, and I just wouldn't show up for detention. And so you know what he did to get back at me? He put me in advanced placement science class my freshman year of high school. He like recommended me for advanced placement, and then I got straight A's in that class. I was like, nice try. I'm really good at school when I apply myself. Gosh, you're a terrible student. Yeah, Spider-Man fan. Ultimately, what I've realized now, like I was talking about earlier, like retroactively, I've learned that I was struggling greatly with like depression and anxiety, and I didn't know how to express those feelings properly or ask for the proper attention that I desired or anything like that. So instead, I just lashed out. Any attention was good attention, when I was young and like dying for attention, and so I acted out. And that's the only way I figured out how to acquire attention. And so that's a really bad way to do it, and I know that now as an adult, but I also know now that like I wasn't a bad kid, I wasn't a bad student, I was just struggling. And there's so many adults in my life, the teachers, guidance counselors, that just unfortunately just weren't there for me when I needed it most, and when even I didn't know what it was. And so it was really hard. And that's something that I carried long into adulthood. It's like I struggled in school so much, and I had a guidance counselor laugh in my face and say I was going to amount to nothing because I didn't want to go to college or the army. That's like the only two options she gave me. And I was like, no, I was like, I'm pretty big into music, and I really want to pursue that. And she laughed at my face. And then, my sister, she's a couple years younger than me. Obviously, we had the same guidance counselor. And so when my dad went to see the guidance counselor for my sister, because she was going to go to college. My sister's really smart and like knows how to apply herself. I'm smart too. I just don't apply myself. My guidance counselor looked my dad in the face and I was like, "Oh yeah, your son's the one I thought he was going to be a rock star, right?" And then laughed. And my dad's like, "Oh yeah, well he's living in Nashville now as a musician." So she sucked. I hated that lady. I hated her so much. But that's, yeah, like I was saying, like that's something I carried into my adulthood for a long time, and so like learning later on, like through therapy and stuff, that like I just wanted attention so bad, and it wasn't my fault. I was young and didn't know what I was dealing with, and it's like the adults around me let me down more than anything, and so. Dude, these stories are crazy. Condoms on the bus, power hour. Oh, Sky, thank you, man. I'm always curious if you guys actually like when I ramble and like tell deeper, crispy lore. Um, like JT Twist says, talk therapy is good for some people, not everyone. Tension for 5 days. Ghost, that's so funny. Lame counselor, fuck that counselor, will lose a counselor. Thank you guys. Thank you. Um, she was beefing with a kid, bro. Exactly, dude. I was a kid. Yeah, Ghost. That's usually how it goes. Black hole. Yeah, I saw your comments too. It's a shame. It's like I said, it's so frustrating. It's like looking back is like I you know I just ran with the narrative in my head that what, I'm just like I must just be dumb and like and like useless, because that's what everyone else around me is saying. Because you know I was in this is kind of a long story. I'll try to make it as brief as possible. So senior year of high school, I don't know if you guys have this or if it's still a thing, but you could, like, for people that maybe aren't going to college, rather get into the workforce, you can like go to school for half a day and then go to work for the second half. So I signed up for that. It's for people, like I said, that like school is not really their thing. They're going to get into the workforce. I was struggling to find a job. My teacher said she was going to help me. She never helped me. That lady sucked, dude. I hate just her and the guidance counselor were like best friends. So I was screwed. They both hated me, and so I got in trouble. They were trying to kick me out of that class. I did end up getting kicked out of that class a couple months into the semester. And when I got kicked out of class, I had to go to the principal's office with these teachers to talk about why I was getting kicked out of this class. And he looks at my my grades and everything, goes, "Oh, like you seem to be like a really good student, or were at one point, you're getting straight A's and stuff, and now you're not, and like why are you like taking this class?" Is kind of like the lazy way out for someone who's so good at school. And it's like, yeah, dude, because I'm struggling and I hate it here, and like how could you not offer me better support as a principal? I'll tell you what, though, the principal's daughter is really hot. That's like such a random side note, but She ended up becoming the principal once he retired. I was long gone by then, but she was pretty hot. I think she was a teacher at the time. By the time I was graduating, maybe that's what added to the hotness. Thanks, Shoma. Well, thanks everyone. Yeah, I'm glad you guys appreciate my stories and that you listen. Principal saying the N-word is crazy, bro. And yeah, talk therapy is not always easy, and like James said, if you're not surrounded by the proper people and it's just like unsolicited advice and stuff, and they don't listen to what you're struggling with, yeah, that sucks, and it defeats the whole purpose and benefit to therapy, especially talk therapy. I've been grateful enough to have 3 amazing therapists so far. I love all of them greatly. The very first therapist I ever had, I got for free through Starbucks when I was working there. And once I quit, I wasn't able to see her anymore. So I miss her so much. I think about her all the time. She helped me through so much. She definitely saw me when I was at my darkest, and I was so lost. And she helped me get to the crispy I am today, that you guys have come to know and love, I think. I know you guys love me. Yeah, if it wasn't for Casey, who knows where I'll be today. But Ghost, I feel you, bro. I have a far better relationship with my family now, but for a long time I had a really strained relationship with my family, and same thing. I moved. I grew up in New Jersey, and I moved to Nashville with just a hope and a dream, and it worked out. It worked out pretty all right. Should I paint quick? Like, I know we're having like fun, deep conversations. Should I paint these studs like black or chrome, or just keep them as like part of the texture? Bro, Ghost, is that what it is too? I think like her being like forbidden, and also like her just like being like in a position of authority. I was like, damn, does that make her a little bit hotter? And yeah, I know Ghost is a little bit older. Me and Black Hole, James, like James said, when you're in high school, it feels like that's everything, right? And like the world feels so like big but small at the same time. If that makes sense. And like everything in high school seems to like hold so much weight. But then you get out of high school and you're like, oh, none of that meant anything. Like I got bullied in high school. I obviously struggled in high school and in all the other departments. High school sucked for me. It was so hard for me. It got to the point where it was so hard for me to go to school. You know what I mean? And so yeah, high school sucked. A lot of people like look back and, oh no, you're gonna like look back and appreciate your high school days, this and that. No, you're not. Not everyone. Some people do. I shouldn't say that. I know some people have good high school experiences, but I know it's just as common not to have good high school experiences. And high school is just such a small part of your life that truly is like James said, is like doesn't have that much of an effect on your outside life. The way they lead you to believe, those cliques, they disappear. The famous, or not famous, like the popular kids that bully you and shove you in lockers and call you names, they become irrelevant. And then we just all kind of start over. I know, like for people that go to college, I never went to college. My girlfriend tells me stories of like, you start to become your own person, right? And you don't go to college. Well, not always. You don't end up going to college with a lot of people you went to high school with. So like you can truly just be whoever you want again. You can kind of like start all over again. Or if you go straight into the workforce like I did, or whatever you might end up doing, you can kind of just create a new narrative. I even did that when I moved from Nashville to Chicago. I was kind of like, who am I now? I was struggling a lot with like, I don't think I want to do music anymore. Like like that's been my whole identity for since I was 13. And it's like, who do I want to be now? And I just was like, okay, I'm this now. And and I haven't looked back since. Look at me now. Like this is the best I've ever been doing for myself. I have a great career. I have a great partner. I have a great like hobby. I've made so many cool friends like you guys. And I know it just sounds so cliche for an older person to tell you, no, don't worry about high school, blah blah. I don't ever want to like invalidate your guys' feelings. They're all so valid. I was there. Sounds like Joe Mama was there. Sounds like Black Hole's been there. Ghost. We've all had our terrible, terrible high school experiences. Maybe not always, but we have very vivid memories of some of them. And we're all doing just fine now. Like Ghost said, he's got a career. He's doing great. I'm doing really good. It's just like, I know Black Hole's. Sorry, Black Hole. I didn't mean to pause on you. I was painting a really small detail. I'm not painting off camera. I'm painting a really small detail. I know Black Hole is successful. Like high school sucks at times, and if you're having a bad time in high school, you're so valid, and it's so real. But also, it gets better. It does. I know it's so painfully cliche, but it does. Cat King, what's up, bro? Thanks for sub. Sorry, I'm like jumping back in the chat. I'm so glad you guys are opening up to me too, and you guys feel comfortable. I really appreciate it. Um, it's I value like this connection we can create and this safe space we can create for everyone. I really do, and I'm glad you guys feel safe in here. It's the same way I feel safe opening up to you guys. But thanks for subscribing, Cat King. Yeah, we paint. I just realized I was painting off camera for a while. I'm sorry, but yeah, we paint customs around here and stuff. So yeah, if you like action figures, you'll love it around here, Cat King. Ghost. That's what I've heard about college, bro. I didn't go, but skies. Yeah, exactly, man. It's tough. It's tough, but that's true. It's that like even the next 10 minutes of your life isn't guaranteed, and it's valid to like look into your past. That's like a significant part of what created you, what experiences have gelled you, like good or bad. But it is just as important to look ahead too. And more than anything, live in the moment. It's so cliche. I know I'm just hitting you guys with every cliche ever, but it's because I was young and being told these cliches by old people. I'm like, yeah, whatever, old man. And now I'm like, oh, okay, like I understand. J Twist, sorry, I'm still painting. I just realized I was painting off camera, but yeah, it's just a little bit of both now, J Twist. Deathstroke, Batman, Captain America, Goju, Spider-Man, Sandman, Iron Man. Damn, Cat King, you got a good collection, dude. So, oh, you got some of the staples. I should next. Plus, we're big time Spider-Man fans around here too, Cat King. So if you got Spider-Man, Sandman, all that stuff, yeah. Who lives in a pine above undersea? I think Zacho lives down there. Zacho, no. Spider-Man fan, is your hand back? Can you feel it yet or no? Yeah, James, you're right. Zacho's losing it. He's got to lock back in to his meditative goon chamber. I don't want to spoil potential custom reveals James has here, but he's been cooking up a... Oh, Spider-Man fan's in here. Spider-Man fan loves Punisher. Bro, you should see this custom James has been cooking up. He not only trains for games, he is chefing it up in the custom kitchen. Trust me. He showed me this Punisher yesterday. I was like, damn, I'm straight up gonna steal this idea. Three classified bodies, but literally have nothing other than hands for one of them. Dude, classified bodies are so good for kit bashing. They articulate so well. They're so easy to customize. The potential is just crazy. Deathstroke shooting Batman? Hell yeah. James, yeah, maybe. Have I done a Power Ranger custom? No. Figure I don't like in my collection? Oh, I know. This is such an easy question. I almost forgot. Zach will remember. This Miles Morales third-party Miles Morales Prowler I got. I was so excited for this figure because that was the only figure of the Miles Morales Prowler that was out. And then promo pictures came out and I was like, He doesn't look bad, but he had these crazy he had the gorilla arm syndrome, where the arms are way long. I was like, okay, well maybe that's just posed poorly or whatever, the mental gymnastics you do when you want a figure to be good. And then I got the figure, holy buns, that thing was so bad. I heavily customized it to be good. And it's still just all right. It's just sat in a container ever since. I haven't bothered trying to sell it because I don't know that I'll ever make my money back or money that's worth it, because I put a lot of time into customizing it. I went hard on that thing to try to make it better. And then same with this Daredevil custom like third party I bought. That was also buns. And then that Harry Osborn New Goblin I just got recently, also straight buns. Five figures deep ain't easy. No, not at all, James. The I'm holding it for now, James. I'm gonna try to figure out if because the Hobby Link does like a private warehouse. It's similar to like the Big Bad Toy Store, like Pile of Loot. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can like keep it in. I think I can keep it in there for a while. Maybe I keep it in there for a while and wait for maybe the tariffs to go down a little bit, or I keep it in there and add more figures to it, and then the $90 isn't just for one singular figure. So I'm still weighing my options. I'm gonna keep the figure in that warehouse for now. I definitely don't want to cancel my pre-order just because I really want that Miles, but I'm definitely not gonna, at least right now, pay a solid $90 just to ship it to me. I mean, it says it'll get here in like 1 to 3 days from Japan, which is insane, but which I believe. I've gotten figures like crazy fast from Japan before. And I'm like, how the hell did that get here already? Hey, Cynthia, I make action figures. So all my figures except one. Oh my god! Now that's a good question. I'll probably keep Sentinel Peter B. Parker. Yeah, figures seem go. Yeah, exactly, J Twist. It definitely had the potential. You just have to go to Japan. Yeah, that would be fun. Animatrix, what's up, bro? All good, Animatrix. Thanks for stopping in and say hi. So it's always cool to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. I thought of, well, actually, I have. No, I have thought about it, because when everyone's like, what's your Spider-Man in this universe going to look like? And I'm bouncing around DS. I cannot figure out what I want it to look like. I was like, maybe I should use the Sentinel Peter B, because I love that figure, and then like add pouches and stuff. That's kind of what I was thinking the vibe would be for like my universe Peter Parker. And then so I thought about doing something like that. But I only have one. I could probably get another one. They've reissued so many times. They're a little bit easier to get now, but I'm also still so scared to end up with a bootleg. I guess as long as I buy it from like an official site, I'll be all right. I think Big Bad Toy Store has them in stock still, because they just, like I said, they're always reissuing. But I only have one. I could probably get another one. They seem they've reissued so many times. They're a little bit easier to get now, but I'm also still so scared to end up with a bootleg. I guess as long as I buy it from like an official site, I'll be all right. I think Big Bad Toy Store has them in stock still, because they just, like I said, they're always reissuing. But Yeah, I've definitely thought about like customizing the Peter B same way I did Miles. What's funny is I'm working on a new Miles custom with a Sentinel figure. And at first it was like fully unique, but I was like, wait, I have a Sentinel Miles custom. Like I should have. It'll make more sense once you see the figure. I don't want to spoil it because I'm really excited for this to show off this custom. But I was like, wait, should I have just made it look like my other Miles Sentinel custom? Which I still haven't fully decided one way or the other. So we'll see. It was a lot of painting. It was kind of a pain in the butt. So if I were to change it now, it'd kind of suck. Nice. Evan Edits, what's up, bro? What are some of my grails? Okay, so I know grails is like used pretty loosely online. So I want to do like legitimate, like these are figures. I'm gonna find it hard to believe I ever own them. Unless it's a miracle. I would say Mezco Doctor Doom. Um, I would say the HasLab Galactus, honestly. I would classify as a grail, which they're you can still find them for like 400, 500 bucks, but that's still enough, that I find it hard to believe I'll have like the money and find it at a good, like, for the time in that lineup. Also, this is just a list I'm making up, so I guess at the end of the day I can put whatever I want on there. But yes, I'll put Galactus, I'll put Mezco Doom, I'll put, who else? I don't know. I'm like really grateful in that I've been able to acquire most of the figures I've wanted. It's also that I started collecting at a time where some of the greatest figures have come out, So I love my collection now. Especially like I started thinning it out today. I really started digging through my collection like, okay, I'm gonna sell this, I'm gonna sell that. So yeah, I would say I'm like extremely grateful in that I've been able to build like a collection of like some of my favorite characters, some really good figures of said characters, and like Death also, by the way, I saw your messages. Yeah. I'll give you my shipping info, and then yeah, shipping updates, whatever. Yeah, that'd be cool. I would definitely appreciate that. If you give me the tracking number, I'll like watch it like a hawk too. But and then I just gotta get you a Superior Spider-Man. Cool. Damn, bro, both for 600 or 600 a piece? Animation app? I'm not sure. I don't do a lot of animation. For both, that's an amazing deal, bro. But like you said, it's $600 at any given time is a lot of money. So that sucks. That sucks you didn't have it at the time. Size, what's up, bro? My Dr. Doom custom. Yeah, I still got it. Just finished it up recently. I'm sure you saw the video. Spartan Toy Hunter, what's up? Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. We'll dry brush some metallics onto these swords now, and the backpack, and the wings. Let's do the backpack first. Sword goes in and out of here, so there's gonna be like a lot of wear and tear here. Nice. So I'd say there probably won't be a lot of, I don't know. Well, I don't know what this wing material would be made out of, so I'll probably just put wear and tear on the black. There's like scratches in and stuff. Maybe it would be cool to add some wear and tear there. Spider-Man fan, I'm sorry. I saw you talk about your hand fell asleep. I might have skipped over some of the other messages because I wasn't sure if you're still just talking about that. If you can briefly summarize without me having to backtrack, I'm all yours now. One compliment that I've been riding the high off of for a while now is when I was talking to Black Hole, I was showing him my Hobgoblin. At the time when I was getting Deathstroke allegations and comparisons nonstop, I was showing him like some of my progress. Be like, okay, did I like on Deathstroke it at all? And he said that I have like the eye for like weathering, and that's a high I've been riding ever since. But it's also now in my head all the time. I'm like, oh man, I gotta make this weathering perfect, so I can live up to the. Cool. Swords are weathered. Backpack is weathered. All right, set things up with the ones I'm finished. Also, nice, Joe. Oh, I mean, I'll be excited to see all the stuff you've been doing. I'll be checking the Discord for sure. Oh, the Phoenix Flame Spiral was sick, and yeah, the Human Torch from that line is so good. J Twist, you should stay up forever. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, James. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are too kind. Spider-Man fan, you should, I don't know, you said you watched Zombies already, right? Yeah, Spider-Man fan, you should do Minecraft. Minecraft's always fun. Man, I haven't played Minecraft in for... You know, I'm sure anyone else in here... I know Spider-Man fan plays a lot of Minecraft. I'm sure you guys will relate. But anytime I turn on Minecraft, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just turn this on for a little bit. It's fun. I accidentally spend like 4 hours on there. I'm like, oops. The like sun's coming up. I can hear the birds chirping. I'm like, oh my goodness, I stayed on here way too long. It's just like me and James were talking about earlier with the ADHD. You know, something like Minecraft where you can really get sucked into details. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and then you're like, oh, damn it, it's been 5 hours. See you, Zacho. Thanks for hanging out, bro. Good talking to you as always. Always a pleasure hanging out with you. I'll be seeing you in the Discord. James, how do you think I should when it stops getting dark? Bro, exactly. How do you think I should go about the like heat streaks on the wings? Should I keep it like orange and do like the lighter shade orange, or would the like metallic still make sense? Or maybe a little bit of both. Let me get a smaller brush for some of the more detailed metallic real quick. Where's the... What smaller metallic did I have to... Oh, yeah. On this boot here. Cool, yeah, did the belt buckle down there. Should I do all these little rings metallic? See you, Spider-Man fan. Looks to be chipping. That's why I was thinking, Space Monkey. Also, it's so cool you're still in here, bro. Thanks for hanging out. Bit of both? Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to try to do that. Oh. Oh, Evan Edits is leaving. See ya, Evan. Now everyone's saying bye to Spider-Man fan. Oops. Sorry, Spider-Man fan. Spider-Man fan, you said your parents are leaving for vacation at 3 a.m. or are you going with them? You guys are driving somewhere, I'm guessing, if you're leaving so early? Or are you catching like a super early, like the first red-eye flight or what? Also, you don't have to answer any of those questions if you're not comfortable. Oh, you just want to say bye. Okay, that's cool. Wow, what a nice son you are. You have siblings, Spider-Man fan? Better than radio. Thanks, bro. You have a brother? Sick. Oh, going to a concert in Colorado. That's sick. JT Twist, or J Twist, you're the oldest of four girls? Oh, big brother. I'm a big brother too, J Twist. My favorite superhero growing up was Spider-Man. That probably comes as absolutely no surprise to anyone, but I was obsessed with the 90s animated series. As a kid, I remember, what was it, Saturday morning cartoons, waking up, eating my little Pop-Tarts, watching Spider-Man, watching it before school. It would be like, it was reruns were on. I'm not that old. It was reruns by the time I was watching it, but yeah, I loved that show so much. What else did I like a lot that was like similar? I don't know. I kind of missed the initial like Ben 10 hype and stuff like that. I think I vaguely remember watching reruns of like the Iron Man animated series from the 90s too and stuff. So stuff like that mostly. But also, Justice League. I loved watching Justice League. But outside of what I liked because of like cartoons, my dad, sister, and I would go to a comic book store every Sunday, and we would get comics. My sister always loved collecting Pokemon cards, so she would get Pokemon, and some of my favorite characters back then were Green Lantern, Black Panther, War Machine. Those were some of my go-tos when it came to like comics and stuff. Okay, those are all painted up. This is worn out, this is worn out. So the legs are good with chrome. Arms got nothing, body's got nothing, super plain. These are chromed up. That's good, the head's good. This belt buckle I gotta paint up. Let me get the bigger brush. I'll probably need 2 coats, but that's all coated up now. Let's... See you, Cat King. Thanks for hanging out. Get to stay home Saturday then. Damn, okay, Spider-Man fan. Look at you all popular. Ben 10 does need a good toy line. Into the Spider-Verse classic. I just watched that last weekend. Post your face Discord? Okay, Joe Mama, I'll jump in there after live stream or if I fall asleep tomorrow morning. This is why does everyone laugh at Cat King? Is that not his name? Yeah, it says Cat King. Oh, sides. Luber Customs Ben 10 stuff is amazing, isn't it? That dude does such incredible Ben 10 customs. Clean the tip. Just a tip here. You guys always have to make sure you have a clean tip, you know? Spider-Man fan. What should you build in Minecraft? You want to build a house? Build the X Mansion or something. Or just build like a... What are you really good at building in Minecraft, Spider-Man fan? Houses? Do you like, or do you like other things? I always loved building like houses and like the interior design of it. It wasn't until I started getting into Hermitcraft that I started to learn about more like forms and techniques like that. Mumbo jumbo videos are a godsend when it comes to learning about farms and redstone and stuff. Especially during COVID, dude, once I was laid off, that was like a huge part of my morning routine. I would wake up, walk my dog, come back in, make breakfast, and watch Hermitcraft. And all the hermits I liked watching had like different posting schedules. So like I had a Hermitcraft, at least one Hermitcraft video a day almost, and sometimes 2 or 3. So much fun. It's kind of sad. I kind of like, it kind of fell out of my rotation. And then the one season they had recently was kind of weak, and then this season that they've been doing for a while was good. I just fell out of it again. It's not as easy for me to keep track anymore. Sucks. I know it's ending soon. Dude, I love Grian. I like building into a cave too. I love building like a... Yeah, Avengers Tower would be fun. Yeah, I like building into caves or like in the mountainsides and stuff like that. I love like semi-hidden like bases. That's always been my favorite. Cat King, all the little details, bro. If you'll see, you spend enough time around here, you'll know I work on stuff forever because I get every last tiny detail. Flow state? Okay. Is it on a... It's a YouTuber? Spider-Man fan? I'm guessing. Okay, cool. Oh, James, I've actually never done something like that. That's actually funny, though. I like that. The dichotomy of it. You're like, oh, look at this house. And you're like, oh my God, look at this house. I love making like interconnected villages. I made one where every house had like a very specific like role, like certain villagers held there for trading and stuff. And then I had like a tunnel system, and it was that was really fun. And it was kind of like an island. I love building island bases too. I've built like some underground tunnels like underwater. That's really fun. Take forever putting such. Yeah, exactly. You like finished basements. That's funny, James. Especially on my kid. Yeah, Joe Mama, you get it. Dude, James, I would love that, dude. Oh, J Twist, I love doing that too. That's definitely like when I was saying like I like to build in the like mountain size and stuff. I like to do that where it's like it just seems like this tiny little entrance and then boom, like the whole entire base is inside. I've done like waterfalls that cover up like the main entrance. I like that look. Kind of like you know like superhero bases and layers and stuff like. All this Minecraft talk, I'm gonna want to play Minecraft until the sun comes up now. You know, I don't know how well it'll do in the algorithm, but I think it'd be fun one time to like go live and play video games with you guys. I guess it wouldn't matter really. It's pretty. I don't know how lives work, but does the algorithm feed your success on lives as much? Cool. The belt's off, chromed up, and the pockets are worn out. That was a lot of chrome. Holy moly. Okay, I think that's everything chrome wise. Now I just have to dry brush the orange and then dry brush metallic on top of that. Um, it's pretty fun and enjoyable, Pat Sant. Oh no, James, that sucks, dude. All right, Black Hole, be safe, my friend. Oh, Joe Mama, that'd be so fun, dude. Oh, James, yeah, it's same here, bro. Luckily, I have like I can go outside. I live, you know, I live in a high rise, but we have like a little parking lot, so I go down there to clear coat with the spray. Otherwise, yeah, I'd be screwed. I would have nowhere to between my asthma and the rabbit sensitive lungs. Damn, J Twist, that's devastating. Yeah. Okay. Apartment customizing life, right, James? It was really cool. The one one place I lived in with roommates when I was living in Chicago, when I first started living here, when I left my girlfriend I moved here with. I moved in with some coworkers from Starbucks, and it was a house. You know, we had um, roommates and stuff. So it was sick. We had I had the space to actually like spray paint and stuff. I was able to start like priming figures and stuff. That really changed the game for me, dude. I was like, oh, there's like so much stuff I don't even know about. Black hole, you crack me up every time you use that analogy. I'm trying to go real heavy on some of this dry brushing where the like worn out parts are that you can like see. But in general, I think especially when it comes to wings, just like obviously all the wear and tear is going to be on the main little drag down here. So, and then I'll hit it with the chrome as well afterwards. So I'll probably have to clean up some of this black and then. Nice. The paint is good. Thanks, D3. Appreciate it, bro. Cat King, I feel you, man. I'm getting tired too. Like James was saying, it's you put in a couple hours doing this, you can get locked in for a while, but then once you start to slow down, the fatigue hits, and you're like, oh no. See you, Sides. Thanks for hanging out, bro. J Twist, probably if you're gonna be gone for like 20 minutes, that's yeah. You got time. I'll probably won't be going for too much more than that, but because I myself am getting tired. We made so much progress on this Hobgoblin. No, I was talking about this. I know a lot of guys missed it because Tuesday night. I understand Tuesday night streams are tough for a lot of you dudes to make it because you're all in school and stuff, and so Tuesday on a like 11 o'clock on a Tuesday isn't ideal. But I was talking about we started this Hobgoblin, and I was talking about how I was like, oh yeah, this is probably gonna take a while because I'm gonna really take my time and really really like try to like hone in a lot of my skills. I try to really push the boundaries and see what I can do with this custom. And we're kind of like flying through it, but without cutting corners. So now I'm touching up the black real quick. Because I'm want to dry brush the wings with a metallic silver next. But I want to touch up the black with all the orange over brush first because I want the metallic to hit the black too. Because if this is any kind of metal, it makes sense that black would be worn out just as much. So I want to get the orange off of there. Because it doesn't make as much sense for there to be orange on the black parts. But the metallic dry brush will make sense, so. There we go. Absolutely thrilled about Tuesday streams. Hell yeah. James, you working 8 hours? Oh my god, dude. What do you do for work? Is it going to be like, it's going to suck to be super tired? Also, Black Hole, that's insane. You saw someone T-bone a truck? I just noticed that message. Also, I'm not 100% sure in the comics if they're cloth or metal. I'm gonna metallic dry brush them, so I guess I'm just gonna treat them as if they're metal. And they're just painted orange because Hobgoblin is a fashion designer after all, right? So he likes some color coordination. Oh, TP. Oh, I'm sorry. I just glanced at that message. I don't know why I thought T-boned. TP. Got it. Oof. Worked at store, so it depends. Okay, okay. Just drink coffee or Red Bull or maybe both. And yeah, that's true. These wings are exactly what I want them to be, which is anything. You know, that's one thing I realized too. Like Zach was saying earlier, like don't let someone else like ruin your ideas or whatever. And you know, so many people will have so many opinions about like your choices, and I mean they're called my original takes for a reason, right? Because they're obviously a little bit different. They're my original takes on these famous characters, so I keep a lot of things similar, and I understand some things are vital to a character, so I don't really stray. I would say I don't stray too far off the path for most of my designs or choices, you know. But I take some creative liberties, and the amount of people are like, "Well, that's not in the comics." I'm like, I don't care. I'm not trying to make a faithful recreation. but but you know, unfortunately, I do find myself still thinking sometimes like, "Oh, well, does this make sense? Should I do this? Is this like lore accurate?" And I'm like, you know what? That's not what I'm going for. So. See you, Cat Thing. Thanks, Cat King. Thanks for hanging out, bro. Joe Mama. Yeah, you know it's funny. It's like as much of a fan of Hobgoblin as I am, I only just recently learned that English. It's hard. I just recently learned that. You like Bang Energy, James? I've only tried it a couple times. That's like my go-to energy drink on a road trip when I'm like, oh, I'm getting tired, because that stuff is like truly like liquid crack. Like I drink Red Bull a lot at work. You know, I've had Monster when I was younger. I mostly am a coffee guy, coffee and tea. But yeah, that Bang stuff is no joke, dude. Import Monster? Interesting, black hole. Also, when I went on my little rant, I wasn't talking about you in any way, shape, or form, black hole. I know you're just asking them what these were made out of because it would help dictate what dry brushing I should do, if any. So yeah, I think I was gonna do a metallic dry brush on there. So yeah, I guess we'll say these are metal wings. Dude, yeah, Bang is like on a whole nother level. It's no longer around. That makes sense, black hole. What I like about your customs most is the fact they look so different from Resolution, but has all or most recognizable features of the dual cheese. Thank you. I'm glad that comes across well, and that you guys can like see that in my customs, because that's definitely something I go for. Is like that's the thing. Like these are characters I love. I have like admired the art for and stuff. So like, yeah, I wanna do these characters and designs justice, right? But I also want to put my own spin on it. And how do you make your own spin on such an iconic character? And the only way, basically, right, is to kind of do your own thing. And so I really try to, without like going too much of just like, oh, okay, well, this is what the character looks like, and then you're like, well, I need to add this, I need to add that, and the next thing you know, you're just like kind of made the same character that's already been made 100 times. So by doing it like, oh, let me, as long as it's got this, and that, that's good, but other than that, I don't care what else is there, then. I have had pre-workout. Makes me itchy. But I do like taking it. I know it affects some people even more. It doesn't. That I have one dude I work with has this one pre-workout he takes that he says literally liquid crack form. It's pre-workout doesn't affect me that bad, but it you take it and you start feeling itchy. You're like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'll usually take it right before I start getting ready to head to the gym. I'll take some pre-workout, stretch a little bit, and then I'll really kick in. I'm like, oh, it's time. Sorry, I keep painting off camera. Text to speech is not your friend tonight, Black Hole. J-Tips, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you. Ever thought about using a heat gun? I haven't, but that's smart. I own a heat gun, and I've never even thought about using it for that application of when I'm impatient and want to dry paint faster. I've literally not. I don't know why I've literally never thought about using it like that. How's that look? Dude, I love Boondocks. It's on Max now. Was it on Max or where did I see it? Yeah. HBO Max, and one of my girlfriend's old friends from school lets us use his account. So I'm like, oh damn. That's how I watch Peacemaker. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to start watching Boondocks. I used to love watching that as a kid. That was on the hell was that on Black Hole? Was that on Adult Swim or something? There, because I know that wasn't on during daytime TV. But I remember watching all the time with my friends and stuff. That show is so ridiculous. Yeah, Adult Swim. Okay, I thought so. That show was so funny. I've said it had been years since I watched it. So when I saw it on HBO, I was like, oh no way! And I was reading the synopsis or whatever, and I don't remember that it takes place in Chicago. So I was like, oh no way! So now I definitely want to watch it again, like rewatch it as an adult. There's probably even more stuff I can appreciate now as an adult that, yeah, I appreciated it was funny and vulgar and shit, but I feel like there's even more I can take from it now as an adult. Yeah, that sucks, J Twist. I never want to be like that. I love interacting with you guys and having a conversation with you guys, and you guys give me ideas in real time. You know, it's not always easy to make a custom, and you're the only one making the decisions. I love like I love the collaborative effort of these monkeys have been through it, huh? But I love the collaborative effort of like asking you guys for help in real time because I don't always know what the best decision is, or it's just it's just easier to like talk it over with people. But see you, Dr. Pickles. Wow, 44 people at 2 a.m. That's crazy. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, J Twist. Appreciate it, man. I wasn't sure if I was gonna go heavy on the wear and tear on this figure yet, but then I was like, okay, well, one of the lords I would like to keep, especially because I'm using the same exact body for Hobgoblin, or I'm sorry, this is Hobgoblin for Green Goblin. I'm like, okay, so Hobgoblin, you know, repurposes old Green Goblin gear. So I'm like, okay, this stuff should be pretty worn out then. So I added a decent amount of wear and tear to the body suits and the legs and the armor and stuff. So and yeah, so I think this actually came out really good. I'm glad I painted these straps brown and adding on the little silver buttons and stuff. Painting up this sword hilt like makes a huge difference. That made a huge difference. It's a little warped, unfortunately, but just another layer of paint. Oof, yeah, dude. That's the worst part about white. Like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, because like I said, your white was so clean, dude. I was like, damn. And yeah, it makes sense that you did a ton of layers in it. And then yeah, it gets to the point right where you're like, oh, I might be hitting my max before I'm putting too many layers, because then it gets all caked up on there and stuff. So, but oh, dude, in a winter scene, dude, I can't wait. Hopefully this past winter was kind of mild in Chicago as far as weather goes, like snow and stuff. I would love to have a snowy day. And like take this outside. That'd be really fun. But we made a ton of progress. We're pretty much done, dude. I gotta touch up some blue on the leg that I haven't gotten around to. The arms are good. The body's all one color, so there's no touch up there. This looks really good. I moved it around a bunch, touched up any clear coat. This yellow actually came out really good, and dry brushing that tan on top. I'm really happy with how this came out. The texture on this is really cool too. The way you can sort of see the spider logo back here. I couldn't sand it all the way off, but he's gonna be wearing his wings like all the time. So J Twitch, anyone's anyone's allowed in the Discord. I went there twice to get my Chinese visa. Not my favorite experience. Oh no. Yeah, I live in Chicago. So I'm probably gonna, there should be check my bio. There should be a link. I think someone, someone else earlier asked about it, and it seems like they're in the Discord now. So check the bio in my YouTube. But so yeah, so I think I'm gonna prep, or I'm gonna clear. Well, I gotta touch up the blues that are visible now, and then I'm gonna nail polish all the joints, and then I'll do a gloss coat on everything, and then a matte coat. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was even gonna paint it. It came out really good. I like this leg too with all the different straps on it. That's really neat. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna touch up the blues one last time, and then I'm going to nail polish all the joints. I'll gloss coat it once to really make it nice and thick, the clear coat, and then I'll matte spray it once or twice to knock the matte back down. I like a matte finish, and then I'll probably, what I'll have to do next is then, move the arms so I can get to this side of the joints, and the legs, get to the knee side of the joints, and then same thing, nail polish, gloss, matte, and then I could put it all together. Well, I could probably put it all together and then work on the joints. I might do that so I don't have to worry about it. But I mean, that was a bunch of rambling for no reason. You guys probably don't really care about my process. Or maybe you do like the behind the scenes of the process. But thank you, Black Hole. I appreciate it, man. Ow. My rabbit's begging for attention now. She just comes and bites my toes. She's like, pet me. But thanks, dude. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this came out. Ow. I wasn't sure how it was going to come out. Get out of here. Because like I said, I was really going to push myself. I haven't done well, you guys know, you hang out here. I haven't done a Marvel Legends scale custom in a while, especially... Get out. Especially this much painting. So like all the joint prep and different like techniques. I was excited but nervous. Even the details are smaller on Marvel Legends. That's another thing I realized is the McFarlane details are so much larger. But this actually came out really good. I'm really happy with it. So, plus I still have the boots I gotta put on there. I was like, oh damn, I gotta paint these yellow. But I think, let me know if you guys think this would look terrible, but I was thinking of painting it orange to match that, like it's orange on the top and bottom. And since these boots are gonna be metal, I'm painting orange and then like, and then I'll paint it the dark orange, dry brush it, light orange, dry brush it, silver. I think that would look really cool. But what do you guys think? I was up kind of late, aren't you? I'm Central. It's almost... Yeah, Troy, I'm getting ready to log off now. It's pretty late. Yeah, you think the orange would make sense? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go ahead with then. You got this much texture too? Dude, me too. Because it seemed like a lot of I was really worried about the torso because there's just nothing there. It's just plain. I'm like, this might be like kind of boring. But sanding it down and rough it up a little bit, and then doing all the dry brushing to really hit all the highlights really made all the difference. But I'm excited. J Twist, I saw the notification pop up. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you're in there now. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm getting pretty tired, and we're at a really good stopping point. I don't want to get too invested in anything else tonight. Space Monkey's in there too. Thank you, everyone. It's so cool. Thanks for hanging out on my Discord. And thanks for hanging out here. Here's a flame sword, by the way. It looks so good. I appreciate it, Black Hole. But yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. 22 people here at 2 a.m. I know I got some Aussies and stuff in here, like Joe and everything. But again, like I always say in every stream, if you've been here for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or 5 hours, I appreciate you all so much. Appreciate all the support, all the love, all the great conversation we had tonight. It was, you know, more than just action figures tonight, and it usually is. We talk about movies, we talk about life, high school, mental health. We talked about it all tonight. And I appreciate all of you so much for creating a safe space and listening to me ramble all the time, for all the kind words and encouragement, just for the jokes, to suggestions. I appreciate it all. I appreciate all of you guys so much. If you haven't yet, join my Discord. The link is in my bio. It seems like it's working now, finally, thank God. So if you're on Discord and you're not in my Discord yet, I'm active in there, and then everyone else in Discord is really active in there. Everyone's super cool. Everyone's always, suggestions and stuff. It's amazing in there. So guys, thank you so much for all the support, for hanging out all night tonight. It was a super fun night. And keep an eye out. I got some customs finished up. I'll have videos for in the next couple days. Here's a sneak preview of one of the customs that's coming out. It'll be a short video. It'll be a short, not a long form. But I have that coming out. I got that War Machine. Those are some quick customs that you'll see soon, and hopefully this Hobgoblin by next week. But because I'm making a long form video on this guy. But and I'm making a long form video on a little sneak peek for everyone that's still in here on this custom. But guys, thank you so much. Follow me on socials if you haven't. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Discord. Keep an eye out. The YouTube videos will be coming soon. Short form, long form, everything else. And I don't know, Black Hole, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. But guys, thank you all so much. I love you all so much. Everyone have an amazing night. Have an amazing rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Good night, all.